Okay, good day, everyone. Our report for this day is all about program and challenges of counseling techniques. So, internal learning outcomes for our report. By the end of this unit, you will be able to discuss problems and challenges that counselor may face in the process of using counseling techniques. So we have here a short introduction to our report. Counseling techniques face various challenges across different approaches. So the American Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration identifies 12 traditional therapies, including psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and client-centered therapy, while most therapies rely on communication between therapies and a client. So the challenges may arise in applying these techniques. So the first one is questioning the client in therapy. Questioning is an essential communication tool in counseling. Beside gathering basic information, of course, counselor asks about the client's main issue or what's the reason why they are there together with you. So if a client is unwilling or forced into therapy, they may resist questioning. To reduce resistance, counselors ask open-ended questions and actively listen with respect and empathy. So a question that required more than a yes or a no. So what type of client is that one? So when you are, one of the example is a trauma survivor. So when you are working with a trauma survivor client, of course, questioning technique must be especially gentle, you must be patient and not triggering for you to avoid the what we call this one re-traumatization and encourage a sense of safety. So the challenges of questioning techniques with trauma survivors. So this is the risk of re-traumatization. So if you're asking direct or intrusive question, of course, ma-relive yung painful memories ng mga client. So do not ask a question like, can you describe exactly what happened during the day? Kasi mag-sink in lahat ng mga na-experience nila during that time. So what's the solution for that one? If you are into it with a client like that, yung trauma survivor, I should say, yung mga rape, diba? It's really hard for them to answer those certain questions. So the best thing that you should ask for is, would you like to share anything about that experience today? So you will start making friends with them. So make a great connection to them before you ask that kind of question about sa kanilang past or experience. Kasi nga, siguro if tayo naka-experience ka na, di ba, for example, if we are um, like yung family natin, we can family tayo, and then grabe yung trauma natin about our families. Diba? It's really hard to share, especially if you are not close with that person. So same as that one, if trauma survivor or yung rape survivor siya, yun, we need to be gentle. And the most important thing is be patient. Be patient and you need the understanding. Kasi nga, you need to wait when is the right time for him or her to answer or to share those experience that she had or he had. Okay, the second one is active listening, importance of body language in counseling. So in the therapy, body language and tone of voice are more important than words because clients pick up in how a counselor acts more than what they say. So common challenge is when clients rumble to avoid the main issue. So counselors must listen with empathy while gently guiding the conversation back on the track. So there are so many difficulties with regards to this active listening. First is our body language, the tone that we use when we respond to the client. Another one is the counselor personal bias or assumptions. Kasi, di ba, pag mag-share ng problem yung client natin, of course, a counselor may unconsciously interpret the client's word through their own experience or beliefs, leading to misjudgment. Sometimes kasi we're going to give our advice, we sometimes um, base it in our own experiences. So always remember that you and your clients, you have different problem issues. So you need to have a boundaries. And so what's the solution for that one is you need to stay neutral invaluable the client's feelings. Kasi nga, that's the reason why he or she's there. Because she wants someone to listen to him. I do believe that not all clients, you they want to hear an advice from you or from the other people or person. Maybe the reason why they're there because they really wanted to share their feelings because they think that no one wants or no one is interested to listen. Yung gusto lang talaga yun nilang makarelease sa feelings nila at emotion. Kasi nga, bombard na sila ng many advices. Ngayon, ang dami ng advice sa kanya, yung family yan, yung friends niya. Tapos, all of them are not listening to his or her explanation or yung really the reason why that issue happened. So parang ganun. So, you know, we need to stay neutral and we need to validate the feelings of our client. Now, the other one for this one is yung, for this one, emotional over-involvement or yung detachment natin. Because some counselors may become too emotionally involved, leading to burnout. Others may detach too much, making the client feel unheard. So, like, for example, in scenario is a counselor becomes teary-eyed when a client share their trauma, then making the client feel they must comfort the counselor. So parang ganon. So what's the solution for that one? You need to maintain professional empathy. Then you need to validate the client's emotions without absorbing the distress. Same based on my experience. If one of my friends, kasi nga, my friend always go with me, share something about me, about problem. So me as a listener, kasi I can say that I'm a good listener kasi nga, it's that na I gave advice to them. I listen what their problem is. Ayun, so some of the things that they shared na ano ko, na-absorb ko. So, naiiyak ako sometimes sa mga sinashare nila, which is para bang na-experience ko rin. But the truth is not. Na ano lang ako, nadala, na carried away ako sa problem niya. So in that case, as a counselor, always maintain a professional empathy and validate the client's, say, the emotions, no, without absorbing the distress or yung ano nila, na-feel nila. Okay, now we have the third one, which is the reflection in counseling. So reflection in counseling, it helps clarify communication by repeating what clients have said in a way that encourages further discussion. So what's the challenge or the problem of using this technique? First one is the misinterpretation. So the counselor may misunderstand the client's feeling that leading to confusion. Like for example, client feels that he or she is sad. Sabi niya, oh, I'm overwhelmed today, but the counselor assumes that she is angry. So parang expectation or misinterpret ng counselor is pakagalit ang client kasi yun yung nasabi niya. And the other one is overuse of reflection. So too much repetition without depth can make the conversation feel robotic. So repetitive your response mo towards the client. For example, I'm overwhelmed. Then the counselor, so you feel overwhelmed. So there's no deeper insight on that. So you need to add on a new words that encourage the client to say something more. Now the third one is, we call this one superficial reflection. So the responses may be to yung missing yung deeper emotions. For example, the client, I feel like a failure. So the counselor response to that one is, so things aren't going well. So that's too general at all. Hindi niya na-catch up kung ano dapat ang proper response for that one. Kasi nga, even the client, malilito din siya because your question is too general para sa kanya. Then the fourth one is client discomfort. So some clients may not be ready to face the certain emotions and may shut down the conversation. Like for example, clients avoid discussing a painful memory after the reflection. So ayaw na niyang mag-discuss, especially if um, the thing is talks about painful memories. So the fifth one is lack of emotional connection. If reflection sounds forced or robotic, the client may feel unheard. So ay pabalik-balik lang yung response mo sa client. Kung tinanong, ay yung, ito yung shinare niya sa'yo, like, it sounds like you feel, yan, parang ganun lang yung response mo sa kanya na, ay, feel ko, malungkot ka lang, feel ko, ganyan, yan, parang balik, or di kaya, I feel you, yung mga ganun lang yung response. Wala kang nakukuhang, uh, you as a client, wala kang nakukuhang words or new words from the counselor. Of course, isa din yun siya sa problem. Next is stagnation in progress. So reflection alone may not help clients move forward in problem solving. So the solution for that one is you need to balance the reflections. So with open-ended question like, what would you in this situation? So you need to ask him or her. Para naman, you can get something from him or her, yung mga solution. Kasi it's very important also that the client learn how to think a solution. The fourth one is affirmation in counseling. It helps build trust, especially with distressed clients. By recognizing positive intentions, like parents' desire to provide a stable home, counselors can support and encourage clients in their progress. So, what's the problems and challenges of affirmation in counseling? So, the first one is overuse of affirmation because too many affirmation can feel forced or insincere. Diba? Like, you always hear the word, oh, you're doing great. Even us, if always na lang nakaka-hear tayo from the other person na, or you're doing great. Good job. You're so good. You're so nice. Diba? Parang, is this true? Parang nako-question mo na yung self mo, nagjo-joke ba ito or not? Joke ba ito or not? Kasi paulit-ulit na lang yung klase ng affirmation na natatanggap mo. So, you need to, of course, you need not to always give affirmation to your client. Okay? Kasi nga, it leads to insincere. Yung naka-question nila if this one is legit ba talaga kasi paulit-ulit na lang, you're doing great, good job. Then, next one is, the second one is generic or the generic affirmation or should say unclear affirmation. If affirmation are not specific, kumbaga general yung affirmation na ibinigay mo, so they may feel empty. For example, you are good, you are a good person. So instead, be specific. What kind of a good person am I? Like, it took courage to share that, no? Kasi nga, good person, saang parte ako naging good person? Diba? So, you need to be specific when you're going to give an affirmation to your client. Okay, the third one is misaligned affirmation. So if the client's affirmation doesn't match the client's reality, it may feel dismissive. Like for example, saying, you've handled this well. Tapos, yung client pala is, feel they fail something, yung na-failed sila sa kanilang plan or goal. Tapos yung affirmation mo to him or her is, you've handled this well. Like a question siya. The main reason why he's there or she's there is na-fail yung plan or goal niya. Diba? Pag-share niya na na-fail yung plan niya, yung mga goal niya is hindi niya na-achieve, and then your affirmation is, you've handled this well. So there is a misaligned affirmation of that. So the counselor, you must need to give the exact affirmation to the client's concern or yung mga shinare ng client. Next one is the lack of authenticity. So if affirmation sounds scripted, they may not feel genuine. So dapat you need to be authentic. You need to be genuine in the things that you want to say to the clients. So for the solution for that one, you need to personalize affirmations to the client's experience. Dapat, if she shares something to you, and then seems like may nagustuhan ka sa mga idea niya, sa mga ideas niya, sa solution na ginawa niya during the problem that he encountered, she encountered, tapos meron siyang solution na ginawa na you think maganda. So, that one, you can say something to it. You can use that one to give your affirmation to him or her. So, you need to be genuine in giving your affirmation. So, the co-reporter will continue the rest of the problem and challenges in counseling techniques. Thank you for listening, everyone.